Hello, my name is Sarah Baker, and I'm presenting a persuasive PowerPoint on why marijuana should be legalized in the state of Texas. Starting off, there are many health benefits. For one, it helps reduce stress levels, causing fewer chances of having a heart attack, and it helps reduce anxiety to help you calm down. It also helps people with eating disorders. How, you may ask? Well, the endocannabinoid system, ECS, is a network of receptors, enzymes, and molecules that maintains homeostasis or a range of healthy functions in the body. The receptors found in the central nervous system transmit a calm down signal to overreactive neurons. Because these receptors are plentiful in brain regions that control food intake, there's clinical evidence that suggests there may be a link between a defective ECS and the development of an eating disorder. So to kind of put it in English terms, somebody who has anorexia would eat more, and then somebody who overeats it would tell them in their brain that they need to stop eating, and that controls their food intake. Next slide is, it is safer than alcohol or cigarettes. So while there are cases of people intoxicated with marijuana or smoking marijuana, there are more cases leading to car wrecks that involve alcohol. As you can see in this slide over here, or this picture, it shows how many cases of impaired driving, intoxication, and the levels of marijuana are all the way at the top. Next, of course, you should not drive while intoxicated with marijuana, but there is not many cases of car wrecks that involve marijuana. Next, marijuana does not actually cause cancer. So while smoking marijuana, it doesn't cause cancer like cigarettes do. It actually helps with cancer by reducing the pain for chemotherapy. Most people are against smoking marijuana to help with chemotherapy, but in my opinion, I think if anything helps, that they should do it. And yeah. Moving on to this next slide. So I have less lacing charges in teen deaths caused by fentanyl. So this is a really big one, I believe, in my opinion, because there have been many cases of teen deaths that lead to the fentanyl overdoses. So this is a real big one in my opinion. So we all know that there are teenagers and even adults out there that sell marijuana off of the street to other teens, adults, whichever. So to continue on with this story, while teenagers sell marijuana to other teens off of the street, for one, this is dangerous because nobody exactly knows what's in the marijuana, right? There has been evidence of teenagers who have overdosed on marijuana, which that can't really happen. It is most likely the cannabis was laced with fentanyl. No, of course, some people don't intentionally do this, but I know this just because, Instagram, social media, stuff like that. But people, whenever they give marijuana out and sell it, they have to weigh it on a scale, right? Doing grams, pounds, I guess. Grams mostly, I'm sure. But there is residue of other drugs that are on that, such as cocaine, stuff like that, fentanyl, everything. So the weed that touches the scale actually gets onto that marijuana, or the drugs get onto that marijuana. So therefore, it's already touched it, and you give it out to somebody, they're going to go smoke it, and it's laced. So therefore, that's how they die from a fentanyl overdose or even a cocaine overdose, So by legalizing the marijuana and selling it in dispensaries, I believe that it would lower the death of teenagers because they would be buying it in the dispensary and they would know that it is safe and it's real and not laced. So moving on to my next slide, I think it'll help the government. Some people will be like, well, how is that going to help the government? Well, I think it'll help the government because they can tax the crap out of marijuana however they want to, like they've been taxing the crap out of gas. I mean, they have to, right? but taxing cannabis as much as they want, and it'll help reduce some of the debt, honestly, in my opinion. We would also have more jobs for individuals, since we would need farms for the marijuana to grow, right? We would have more jobs for individuals. A lot of other states have legalized marijuana. Of course, it's just like alcohol, but it's a really big helpful one thing for the government, for people. It helps with anxiety, everything. So, I mean, why not legalize it in the state of Texas, right? I mean, it's already legalized in Colorado, California, Oklahoma. I mean, I don't understand why Texas isn't legalizing it yet. And this is my works cited page where I got all of the information from. So thank you for listening to my video.